Hello, welcome to a Movies and Beyond interview. Today I will be interviewing Diana, Elizabeth Jordan, and Scott Matthew for the 2026 Easter Seals Disability Film Challenge. I'm going to let everyone go and introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Diana Elizabeth Jordan. I am a African American woman with short curly hair wearing a black and brown shirt. And I'm in my apartment.
I am Scott Matthew. I am the executive producer and editor and have a cameo role for this film. And I am currently wearing an white Angels jersey with a Trout hat because I am talking from Angel Stadium.
All right,
Oh,
that's cool.
and I would just like to say I am a actor. I'm one of the associate producers um,
Mhm.
for the film, and unfortunately, our writer and director Natalie D'Alacio is working. And just a minute, this might be her.
Diana is the lead actress in this film. Huh.
That was Natalie. She was at work,
Mm.
so well, hopefully, this is the great thing about production. You just fly by the seat of your pants.
Yeah,
So Natalie is working on something, but hopefully she'll be able to join us.
yeah, and hopefully also glad you mentioned that. My co-host Lenny Gilday, right now she's busy, so she can't really make it. But she said if she has time, she'll pop in.
Great.
And of course, last but not least, hi guys, my name is Tyron, also known as MovieBlaze on the YouTube channel MovieBlaze One, and I'm the host of Movies and Beyond, alongside my two co-hosts, Lenny Gilday and Devon Morgan. I want to start off with you, Scott. So it's interesting. How long has the how long has the Easter Seals Disability Film Cup competition came to be? How did that came to be? How did that come to be, brother?
How did it come to be?
Yeah.
Well, actually, because I actually heard about this festival through Carl Hansen, who I've met at the 48-hour film project.
And
I think I can fill that in a little bit. The Institute of Disability Film Challenge was founded 13 years ago by actor, director, comedian Nick Novicki, and he wanted to provide an opportunity for disabled talent behind and in front, behind and in front of the camera to have more opportunities because um, images of disability are the least visible in entertainment. So that was Nick's dream, and it's manifested into a really beautiful um, vision that has given a lot of opportunities for actors with disabilities and talent with disabilities behind and in front of the camera.
what was my next question? Because I'm going off the cuff. My next question is, well, Miss Diana Jordan, you
Yes.
not only are you an actress, a vocal actress, but you're also a teacher at Performing Arts Studio West.
Right.
And my question to you is, how long have you been teaching at the studio, and what drives you? What
Um,
inspires you?
well, I started teaching at the studio in 1999, so I've been there a while. I started teaching when I was in graduate school, and then I would come off on the summers. I would go to school and then teach in the summers. And after I got my master's degree, I came on full time. But I think what drives me is I want to support other talent. I mean, I enjoy teaching. I enjoy watching the people that I work with, my clients, the participants. I enjoy watching them grow, and I think that's what drives me to be able to create a strong talent pool of actors with disabilities. And, our founder, John Pazis, and I work with such a great team, not only me, but all the teachers that perform in our studio with Hannah Cruz and my teaching partners, Alice Hoagie and Will, who's come on, and Steve and Chardell and Joe and Alexander Tovar, David, yeah, all of us. I hope I didn't leave anyone out. But and then our support staff, Damien, Lisa, Lestine, Megan. It's just a really wonderful team of working together. Christine, of course. We prove it.
Christine and
Yeah,
Steve.
Megan, Christine and Megan, yes.
Yeah.
We all hold it together.
Yeah. And let me just say, all of you guys do a great job.
Thank
And
you.
you do a great job as well, Diana, being a teacher. You've been there for a very long time, and that's really impressive.
Thank you.
Moving on from that, for the Easter seals, how long have you guys been a part of? How long have you been a part of it?
Uh,
The Easter seals. How long
God,
have you been?
God, how long have
Yeah.
you been a part of it?
Yeah.
Been a part of the Easter Seals for 4 years.
For
Yeah,
me,
for 4 years. This is my fourth one.
yeah. This is like my 11th because I haven't done it every year. Last year I was doing a show, so I co-produced a film, and there was another year that I did not participate. But I think out of the 13 years I participated in some capacity at least 11 of them. So
Hmm.
a really great opportunity.
Very interesting. Very interesting. We only got 4 more minutes for part one. Part two, of course, we'll be recording that in just a bit. But for you guys who are watching or listening to us, which, by the way, so I mentioned this earlier, but I mentioned this now. Give us a listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio. Also, subscribe to MovieBlaze One. You can find the entire video of this interview along with other episodes of Movies and Beyond. All right.
Wait, and Tara, our new cat Terry is bringing my back, but I forgot to
Oh,
mention
Tara.
Tara. Yeah, she's
Yeah, I
another
forgot about her.
wonderful actress and member of our PSAW family and Rosa. So we have a big family. So
Oh, yeah,
I,
Rosa.
I accidentally left this off. I'm the scene. My apologies.
You,
My
yep.
sincere apologies.
Yeah. Apologize for the people at the studio who are watching this. We do apologize.
I didn't forget, I was just remembering everyone at the same time, so my apologies because they're all wonderful.
Yeah, everyone's wonderful. And the clients too. Everyone is
Oh,
just
well,
wonderful.
yeah, all of the clients, yeah.
Yeah. Um, but yes. Um, one last one last question real quick before we move on to part two. So my final question is, and then we'll talk about the film that you guys filmed for 2026. But let's see, because again, I'm going off the cuff. The oh yeah, where do you see yourselves in the next 5 years? Do you guys see yourselves still doing the Easter seals? If so, why?
Yeah, I would personally say I would still keep doing it as long as you still have it, because there's so much like other talented disabled actors that I want to work with. Yeah, because my plan is to work with different actors every single year. And this is my first time because I work with Diana for the 48, but I've never had her in any of my Easter Seals films yet.
Um,
Interesting.
I always say never. You never know what the future holds. I mean, I definitely will always be a part of this. It's really film challenge because it's so important to me. Um, so I definitely will always be involved in some capacity, I'm sure. And also because I love so many people. I mean, I made friends like Scott, and I love Nick Novicki, the founder. I would do anything for Nick Novicki because he's amazing. So, I think they're stuck with me.
Mm. All right. And with that being said, well, a minute, 1 minute into the first part. Thank you all for watching the first part. But of course, these two parts are gonna be on one video, so would it even matter? But yes, I want to thank Diana Elizabeth Jordan and Scott Matthews for joining us for part one. Like I said, part two will be certainly in terms of recording. All right. Okay, so where we left off talking about the Easter seals, and now we're gonna dive into the latest short film, which is In the Family, that is starring Diana Jordan herself, Miss Diana Jordan. So, Diana, I have a question for you. How did it feel being the need of of being the need for the film?
Well, I mean, that way, I never liked to consider myself a lead. I think Natalie and I were co-leads. I mean, for me, it's just about telling the story. And I think in the family, it's a really beautiful and powerful story. So I don't, um, it's always nice when someone writes a really beautiful part for you, and that's what Natalie did. She's such a gifted writer, and I think she wrote a beautiful film and a beautiful story that we all got to tell.
Mm, interesting, interesting. That's
And Scott did a magnificent job as the editor because
yes,
that's the important part.
yes, he did. He really did. And I want
I've
to,
always said, I've always said, and I've always quoted this, is that no matter how good of a writer, actor, director, or anything that you are, it's the editor that really makes the film.
I totally agree. 100%.
yeah. And with that, I also do agree in terms of the movie itself and in terms of in general, of course. Now, I have another question for the both of you. You've mentioned previously that you guys did other Easter Seals Disability Film Challenge films, and I want to point out that last year I was part of Hannah's short film. For those of you who don't know, that was the lady that I interviewed last year. And I had a blast. It was with me, Devon, and a few other clients at Performing Arts Studio West. It was a fun experience.
And I get to be a part of that too. That was a lot of
Oh
fun.
yes, and you were a part of it too. Yes.
Well, I think that's what's so great about the festival is the film challenges there. I believe this year there are what got how many entries are there this year?
There are 144 films this year.
Wow.
Right, yeah, and Nick, when it started like 13 years ago, there were maybe 5 or 10, and so it's grown to 144 films from all over the world. It is amazing sponsors Nick is able to get now. I mean, what he built is just truly, truly incredible. And I got to meet Scott. And, Scott and I met on the 48, and now it's the first time I've done something with his company, which has been really great.
Mm. That is winning.
They, because I've acted with Diana because although we work for Cultural Detritus by Carl Hansen, who regularly does the 48 and the Easter seals, and yeah, but since yeah, but since he kind of announced that he wasn't going to do like a big like project for Easter seals, that actually made all of his alumni, like including Diana, also Shannon, Megan, and Natalie, all available to, and Danny, all available to do this project.
Mhm.
And
Nice.
great. Yeah, you really, I think the importance of networking and getting to know other filmmakers, and because Scott and I have worked together before, it was like, oh yeah, when he asked, I was like, sure, yes, definitely.
Yeah, that's pretty.
And then Natalie, and again with Natalie, who is a writer, director, actress, producer, and has also become a dear friend of mine. And Scott has become a friend of mine. You know, everyone on the team, most everyone on the team I knew. So it's in the family, but you start to collect this larger extended family, which is really beautiful.
Mm. Yes, and I will say the amount of films I know that we've seen a few films last year during acting class, Diana, and I gotta say though for those participants they did a phenomenal job. Of course, when it comes to acting, you really gotta put your heart and soul into it, and they really did. Yeah, yeah. And I think that's about it. I don't really have that. I really don't have anything else. So I want to
Well,
thank. Yeah.
I just wondered, Scott, you want to share a little bit more about your process because me and
Yeah.
Scott worked so hard, and I wondered if Scott, you wanted to share a little bit. I love what you say about editing, but how do you make the decisions of what to go to, how to put the film together? Do you know what I mean? How do you
To tell you the
decide
truth
what
is
is
like
the
I think the biggest challenge, especially with this one, is the running time that we had to do with it because our first edit was like a minute too long. And so we had it, and so Natalie and I were working together to try to tighten the film together just to get it at 5 minutes exactly, or at least one frame under 5 minutes for safety. Yeah, I think yeah, because yeah, because you edit the whole script through, but then you have to tighten it just to get it under that time limit.
Oh,
so we had to crunch like all the scenes in there and try to condense all the pauses. Because every time there is a pause, I would just trim the line, and I would do a cutaway to another shot to hide the fact that we cut the line.
hmm
Yeah,
yeah.
that's one technique I've used, and of course with this project, this is the first time we ever used a new microphone, which was a we use an MKE 600, which was a huge upgrade over the MC24. And trust me, the sound on this looks spectacular. And especially with the Dolby noise reduction that I did, like the sound just sounded spectacular in this one.
Uh, No, I would agree. It really does, and I just want to give props to everyone on our team, Scott and Natalie, and all our actors, Shannon and Dodie, and Lois and Peggy and Megan and Danny and Danielle, and our DP Dan, and our PAs. We had Shane and Alex, yeah, and shout out to Peggy, who generously lent us our home for the location, and Lois. It's just a really wonderful, wonderful experience, and if I left anyone off, I'm really sorry, but I just want to shout everyone out. Um, oh, and our an ASL interpreter. What was
Haley Robinson,
Hayden?
who's actually a childhood friend of mine, actually.
Oh, Hayden. Yeah, I mean, because accessibility is important to us too. Yeah, that's just a done deal. We're going to be accessible. It was a really beautiful experience. Listen, the that was Natalie. She couldn't join us, but she sent us up, and she's amazing. And we love her. She's great. It's a big festival of love.
All right. So that concludes this interview for the 2026 Easter Seals Disability Film Challenge. I want to thank Miss Diana Jordan for joining us and Scott Matthew for joining us as well. Of course, as a reminder, guys, make sure to tune in on my YouTube channel, MovieBlaze One. That's where this interview is going to be posted. And the audio version will again be on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio.
Oh wait, you want to say one more thing, sorry. If you'd love to see the film, support the film, if you go to the Eat to See a Disability Film Challenge 2026, our film is called In the Family, and there's a lot of great films on there. So just check out the other films as well. Well, our film is called In the Family. It's on YouTube on the Intimacy of Disability Film Challenge 2026. And you'll find it. And they got In the Family.
All right, that's good. And for those of you who can't, for those of you who are wondering, yes, it will. The link will be in the description of this video.
Oh, great. And thank you, Tyrone, for having us.
You're welcome. It was my pleasure. I know we had technical difficulties on my end. I do apologize for that. But I am so happy that the end result we were able to get this done.
All right.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have you back. Oh, actually, we will have you back on here again, Diana, because of your film. and the pit and all of that. So
All right.
we,
Great.
yeah, so we'll be back for all that stuff. So until next time, guys, keep blazing into the beyond.
All right. Bye, Scott. Bye, everyone. Thank you.